Hello, Aldo here. In this video, we're gonna go over how to create a NURBS model using the revolve command. In this demonstration, I'm going to show you how to bring in an image plane. Uh, we can see within my front view how I set it up, so it's right down the center. Then we're going to use the CV curve tool to, it's kind of hard to see, but I'm going to hide this. We're going to create a profile path. And this is only one half of the side. We're not going to go both sides because we're then going to use the revolve command to create this shape. Let me go into the perspective view so we could see what it looks like. And here we have this drinking glass. Pretty cool. So in order for this to work, we need to do a little bit of setup. Uh, what I'm supplying for my students is some image files that, oh, I should have brought that over. Let me go ahead and show you where I'm putting these images in. So here I have a window, and I created my project directory. These are NURBS models. Within the source images folder, I put some of these different images in here, so it's gonna be easier for us to be able to select them. So these I already have. So what you're gonna need to do is to get your images and then put them within your source images folder for your project directory. I'm just gonna move this window off to the side. So I'm gonna hide this work. All right. So first thing we do within our perspective window is I'm going to go into create, and there's under construction aid, I want to select this free image plane. Let's go in the option box. Okay, that's going to be fine. We're not going to change any of these settings. I'm going to go ahead and tell it to apply and close. So what we get is this. This is an image plane. Now, right now, we can't see anything because there's nothing associated with it. We're going to go into the attribute editor. And what I want you to do under image plane shape, mine says 2 because this is the second one I'm creating. Right here under file name, I'm going to click on this little file. It's going to open up a Maya browser, and it shows me the images that I have. I have this glass right here, this glass, this one, the one I already created, and this one right here. So what I'm going to do, maybe I'm going to select I'll select this type of drinking glass this time, and I'm going to go ahead and tell it to open, and it's going to place it within your scene. What I want to do, I'm going to switch to the channel box because under the image plane shape 2, I want to change some of these things. What I want to do, the first thing I want to do is for image center X, Y, and Z, I want to select the word image center Z, and I want to push this back because I'm going to be creating the center. I don't want it to be intersecting right here. There's two different ways of thoughts. Some people like to create everything leaving their image planes at the origin axis, or to move them off to the side. I like pushing it off to the side. In my front view, it's still going to look the same. The next thing I want to do for image center Y, I want to raise it up so that the base of the bottom of the glass, it's kind of lined up. Now, because this one has some perspective, keep in mind that I'm just going to be outlining the outer edge, just as if this was cut down the middle. All right. And then what I want to do, if necessary, I might need to adjust it ever so slightly on X. Okay, that looks fine, just minus 0.1. great. Now what I want to do, the next thing, is I want to create a layer with this already selected. I'm going to go back to my perspective window so you can see, because I don't want it to get in my way. So I'm going to go ahead and, oh, and you know what? Also, what we could do for the alpha gain, let's go ahead and lower this so that we could see our lines. I'm going to drop this down to 0.5. So with this image plane selected, at the bottom of our channel box is our layer editor. Click on this icon over here on the far right. This is going to create a new layer and assign whatever we have selected to that layer. I'm going to go ahead and click on this button right here, the third one. And again, so that there's an R. And what this does, this is now reference. And you can see that I can no longer select it. I want it to be referenced, but I don't want it to select it within my scene. So now what I want to do, I'm going to go into my front view, and using my CV curve tool under create curve tools, CV curve tool, I now want to create a profile. Now I want to start off from right here and make my way all the way around. So this is going to take a moment to do this. So I'm just going to start right here, and I'll try to do this fast. Now, of course, you would want to take your time. Up here, if I want to get this nice round edge, I'm going to start putting a couple more points close to each other. Okay, that looks good. And I'm just going to go ahead and put points over here. Remember, these are my CVs. I'm not necessarily really pushing these really far off. So though it looks like my points along here are falling along the path, remember that the CVs are weights, so they're not exactly on the path. But these look pretty close. So as I get closer to here, maybe it's going to have a little bit of a ridge that goes up. Okay, great. I'm going to press enter. I'm going to hide the visibility of this path. Now, if you're still working on it, go ahead and pause and come back to it. What I want to do, I want to edit this. I want to right mouse click over it, select control vertices. For these points, I want to snap it to this grid right here. I'm going to press and hold down X. I'm going to use my move tool, hold down X, and I'm just going to click on this arrow just to move it. And I'm going to move this one over here. That's it. I just want these to be lined up along the origin axis. If I need to make any other adjustments, you could do that right now. I'm going to go back to the object mode. So now we have our profile. Again, we are not creating the entire path, only one side. With this selected now, I'm going to go in, we're in the modeling menu set. We're going to go to surfaces. We're going to select the revolve option box. And for presets, I want to make sure that I'm going to revolve around Y. You can see it's going up. If you want to explore some of these other options, they could be fun. If you want to make a linear or cubic, if you want it nice and round, cubic. For this one, I want the start sweep to be at 0, end at 360. Segment's going to be fine at 8. NURBS geometry is going to be great. I'm going to tell it to revolve. And notice that my surface is inside out. No worries, easy fix. I'm just going to click on it. And under surfaces, at the very bottom, I'm going to tell it to reverse direction. And there we go. Here is my nice glass. And you can see this little indent that I put there at the bottom. Nice touch. And here's my glass. And one thing I want to point out is that if I select my model, if I move it, no problem. But if I select my path and I try to move it, it moves. This is the construction history at work. So I'm going to undo this. So right here, it's still connected. If you want to separate this, I'm going to select my model. I'm going to go to edit. We're going to go to delete by type, and I'm going to tell it to delete the history. What's going to happen, if you notice over here for inputs, I'm going to delete history. It gets rid of that, the construction history. If I move this one, no problem. If I move this one, they're no longer connected. I'm going to go ahead and save my file. I'm going to go to File, Save Scene As. This one is the Revolve. I'm going to rename this. I'm going to get rid of Loft, Revolve, and tell it save, continue. Great. So there we go. That's how you're going to create this this NURBS geometry using the revolve command. And have fun with this. These different shapes. There's some really cool things that you're able to do with the revolve command. Uh, explore the options. There's many cool shapes that you could and things that you could do with these different commands. Let me know if you have any questions. These are the 3 different shapes following these previous videos that you'll be creating. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.